Hi, welcome to CHeri Knits. I love knitting and I want you to love it too. Today I'm going to show you my favorite mirrored increases. Make one right and make one left. And we're going to talk about the best time to use them. Let's get started.
Hi, today we're going to talk about mirrored increases and why you want to use them sometimes in your knitting. Mirrored increases are increases that slant opposite directions. And my favorite mirrored increases are make one right and make one left, so that you're creating direction in your knitting. The increase leans to the right if you do a make one right, and it leans a little bit to the left if you do a make one left. This is super helpful when you're working on something like sleeves from the cuff up, where you do decreases around a stitch marker, and you don't want, or I'm sorry, increases, because you're growing that sleeve. So you don't want to do increases that go the same direction. You want them to be mirrored and go the opposite direction. It just gives it a little nicer look, makes it look a little more finished, a little more professional. The difference, I sometimes joke with students, between homemade and handmade. You know, it's nice if people know you made it and it's handmade, but you don't necessarily want it to look homemade. So that's the difference on that. So let's take a look at how to make a make one right and a make one left. I'm going to knit a little bit into my swatch here. And often if you're doing the shaping, like for a cuff, you're going to go about 1 or 2 stitches in before you do that first make one. It's also a really handy one for thumbs of a mitten, because those increases are really close together. So if you're increasing the gusset for a thumb on a mitten or glove, then it's a really nice increase to use. So we're going to go 3 stitches, and then I'm going to do a make one right. Make one right leans to the right, and what you do is take the tip of the left needle and scoop up that bar in between the stitches from back to front. So tip of the needle, grab the bar underneath the stitches from back to front. So you basically have a yarn over that is seated incorrectly on the needle. And what you're going to do with that is knit it through the front loop. So come over here and you want to knit it through the front loop so that it twists and closes up. If you were to pick that up and knit it through the back loop, see how it's a big hole? You've got a big hole there, and in a make one, you don't want to have a hole. You want to have it hidden. So I'm going to knit a little farther over because I kind of stretched that out there. So I'm going to pick up from the back to the front, knit to the front loop, through the front loop, and then knit across. And that's a make one right. I like this because it's somewhat invisible. It blends in really nicely. And you want to use this if you're doing the mirrored increases because they go the 2 different directions. Let's do the make one left really close. Now this one is the opposite. Instead of back to front, we pick up that horizontal bar from the front to the back, knit it through the back loop, which twists it and makes it slightly invisible. And so you can see here, we've got a right slanting and a left slanting. And that's how you do mirrored increases.
Hey, thanks for joining me today. I hope the video was helpful. Please subscribe to the channel. It may seem silly, but it really helps me. It just really helps me, so do it. Thanks. See you next time.